exciting episode of Bob the Sign Man. Today we're going to talk about crime against signs again. That's right. Um, there's different types of crimes. I belong to a couple of Facebook pages on the traffic sign signals and traffic signs, this and that. And there's always these debates on. It's not really a debate. It's more like misinformation. If a sign gets knocked down, they say it's fair game. Oh, we can pick it up. Well, who said that? Oh, they said that. Well, who are they? They say that you can pick up a sign. They say, oh, it's going to be cold out tomorrow. Oh, they say it's going to rain. Who is they? They have so much power. People say they are taking our rights away. They are doing this. They are passing this legislation. They are doing this. They. Everything's they. Who is they? And then yet there's that other group of people, someone said I could pick up a road sign if I find alongside the road. Oh, really? So if your car breaks down and you drive and you walk to get help, your car's fair game? Gee, I just found it alongside the road. That's what they're saying. Oh, I found the sign alongside the road. Well, think about this. How do they know that you found the sign alongside the road and that you didn't just pick it up and or someone knocked it over and then you came along and picked it up? Oh, they said it's okay. No, it's not okay. It costs counties, cities, local governments. Well, we spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars a year on vandalism. The various cities around me in the county, they do the same thing. They paint the signs, they put stickers all over them, and various things like that. Well, that is everybody's money, not just all the taxpayers and everybody. It costs money to take care of those signs. And when you get the clowns that come along and vandalize them, well, it costs some money. So let's take a little look now on what they say you can and can't do. Well, that would be me right there as far as the signs go. No, you can't do that. If you see it laying on the ground, it's not yours. Don't pick it up. Just like you find a wallet on the ground with credit cards and money in it. Well, I found it on the ground, so now it's mine. They said I can keep it. No, they didn't. That's just not right. Oh, let's take a look at some acts of vandalism coming up right now on Bob the Sign Man. Stay tuned.
Okay, well, here's an example of sometimes what happens to signs. They get run over. They get run over by people that are a little intoxicated, people that go too fast. This one here was too fast around a rainy corner. Water's on the road, get a little wet. This one I happened to see, it was on Highway 80. Knocked on the ground. It does happen. Here we go. Somebody just kind of ran through this one. That doesn't mean it's fair game now, does it? No, it still belongs to the cities. It's up to us to pick them up and take care of them. Like that one has a yellow tag, CHP accident on it. But they're still property of the counties. I could reuse that sign right there. It's still a good sign. Here's another example. This sign was knocked down, so me and Jose go out to fix it, and some squirrel decided, or a bird or crow, somebody decided to fill it up with acorns. It's not really that serious type of vandalism, but sometimes you wonder, what are they thinking? How are you going to get those nuts back out? I mean, he had the whole post all the way filled up. We dumped him out on the ground, and we had all these acorns in it. It's just crazy on some of the stuff that happens to these signs sometimes. It's unbelievable. All right, here's another thing that happens to a sign. Sometimes they're kidnapped. So this person here, this resident, we made contact with her. I had to call the sheriff. I was driving by. The street sign was missing down at the end of the road. And I was just driving up the road and I saw it in their yard. So I called the sheriff's department. I'm not going to go in and confront anybody. So I called the sheriff's department and they came over. And she thought that if the sign was laying on the ground, that it was fair game. Well, no, it's not. So what the sheriff did then is he went into her yard and he got all these signs that had our stickers on the back of them. A couple of them didn't, but she just says, okay, well then get rid of them all. She didn't know because she said someone told him. Someone told her that if they're on the ground, they can take them. See, it's that someone and they that everybody wants to listen to. Don't listen to someone. If someone tells you something or they said it's okay, it's not okay. And here's another thing that happens to signs is the old graffiti artist. I do have to admit some of it's pretty creative and some of it's not so creative, but we have to go out there and we have the solvents, a graffiti remover that'll remove all the graffiti. and some of it's funny and some of it's well, it is what it is. Neighbors see this and some people don't think it's so funny, so they call us, and I had to say, well, sorry, but this is a contractor sign, it's his responsibility. So I don't want to try to remove the graffiti and remove the sign, and it just creates a bunch of problems. But another example of what goes wrong out there sometimes. And here comes another one of my favorite acts of violence against signs here. There's this place out here at the Napa County Airport, and they have a bunch of warehouses, and there's a bunch of trucks out here turning all the time. I've replaced this sign and post more times than any can count. Well, this one's on the ground, kinda, and the sheeting is still okay on it, so I picked it up and reused it. So that doesn't mean if you come along and you see that, oh, it's okay, I can just take that sign. A lot of times we can reuse them. And there are cases like this one. For example, when we had those fires, quite a few last year, it's laying on the ground. That doesn't mean you can go up and take it. Now this one, if you took it, no big deal. But what we do is we pick those up, we put them in our scrap bin that I showed you in earlier videos and on this video, just like this one. And then we get a credit for it, get some money back towards our refurbishing. And then you get the people that like to add signs or take them down and put their own up. This is an example of, how people, it's kind of funny, but, we just can't leave that up. But people actually do this. I had a guy change all the speed limit signs on the road, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, no frickin' way. But I'm telling you, he did it. I couldn't believe he did it. So I'm out there changing out the signs, and he comes up to me and he says, hey, what are you doing? I said, well, some clown changed the speed limit. He goes, well, that was me. I said, well, you can't do that. He said, well, it was too fast on the road. So he says, can I get my signs back? I said, sure, you can get your signs back. Come up to the shop, and I'll have the sheriff there, and we'll give you back the signs. He goes, well, why is the sheriff? I says, because now we'll fine you $500 for every sign that you vandalized. And you can't change the speed limit. Well, he never showed up, and I don't know if we would have fined him anyways, but got some free signs out of the guy. And some people are just funny. Funny. I thought it was kind of funny because supposedly this was at a police station. There's a police station around the corner, and somebody got a little funny with it and added a little touch to it. It was kind of funny. But some people go out of their way to obey traffic signs. I mean, they really get into it. That's why you always got to make sure they're in top-notch condition so everybody can, feel safe, obey the signs, and just follow and do what the signs say. Now, this person here went to extremes to follow the sign. So here's our bin that we have up at our yard. And every time I take down a sign, one gets vandalized or it just doesn't meet reflectivity, it goes into this bin. Every 90 days, this company comes by, if we need them to. But, they're on a schedule. They'll come by every 90 days. They'll pick up the bin, and they'll resurface the signs for us. And we get, instead of paying $30 for a brand new one, we can pay $18, sometimes $15, almost half the price, and get them resurfaced. So we do reuse them. It's a good deal, and you can see some of the ones on the stop sign over on the left-hand side is kind of bent up. I kind of set the really bent up ones from accidents to the side, then I throw them on top, and we get a scrap credit back for it, which is a good deal for us, so we do reuse the signs. A lot of people say, oh, well, when they're bad, they just take them down, and, we get money back for it. Things cost money. This is taxpayers' money, not your money. Well, yeah, your money, you are a taxpayer, but, we're entrusted to, take care of the signs and make the road safe for people. So just stop it. Stop taking signs.
Well, there you have it. There's a little bit of things we have to contend with in the sign business. Like I said, I don't know who they are, but they are wrong. You can't pick up a sign. You can buy a sign. You can buy any traffic sign, any sign you see along the highway anywhere, you can buy that sign. So if you really want a stop sign that bad, go buy one. You want a speed limit sign? Go buy one. Yes, you can buy them. Yes, you can possess them as long as they aren't stolen property. Now, like California, they put a little deal down at the bottom of their signs that says property state of California. Caltrans does not sell signs. So anytime you see a sign at a flea market or any place like that, and it says, property state of California, it's probably stolen. A lot of, like our county, we contacted the scrap mill. You can't take a traffic sign in there and get scrap credit for it because we don't want people taking them down. Just don't take them. You take a stop sign, somebody blows through a stop sign, doesn't see it like a tourist from somewhere or something. They're not going to know. One thing about a tourist, I will tell you one thing. They're the better drivers around in the area because they don't know the area and they're looking for signs. They're looking for, oh, a stop sign, oh, go slow, do this. They listen. They listen, they obey the signs because they don't know any better. That's a perfect example of a group of they that's good. So, like I said, you saw in the thing there, I showed you the bin I was standing in front of. They come through and they pick them up and we get money back for it and stuff. So, when you start vandalizing and taking signs, we all lose. So don't listen to they and whoever someone told you it's not true. You can't just pick up a sign if you see it alongside the road and say, oh, I just found alongside. Because how did we know, or how do they know, that you didn't just take the sign, perfectly good sign, and say, oh, I found it on the ground. Oh, well, then that's okay if you found it on the ground, like I said earlier, you find a wallet on the ground. Hey, it's my wallet. I found it on the ground. It might have your name in it, but now all that money's mine. It don't work like that. So, be a little conscious. Think about other people. Other people need to use that sign, just like when you go to a restaurant, like McDonald's or someplace like that. That's not really a restaurant. Whenever you go to an eatery, do you just get up and leave all your garbage there, your leftover food and stuff? No, because someone's going to come along and want to use that table. So, leave it good for the next guy. Just like the traffic signs, graffiti artists will be graffiti artists. But, think about other people. Think about the money, the time that goes in it. But on the other hand, it keeps the sign man in work, working. So, whenever a sign's in trouble, graffitied, or anything like that, who are you going to turn to? That's right, you're going to turn to the sign man. As always, thanks for watching.